So we have a custom creation I wanted to show you guys, and I also wanted to touch on some new spray paints I found that have worked great and are really high quality spray paints. So those are why they're sitting there. So first, what we've got here is obviously it's an M4A1 is what we started with. Now this was actually a BNLLD M4A1, which I've shown you before in the past. They made it in all black and they made it in white and orange, and it performed pretty well. I believe it was around 220 FPS. And but it was a little different than some of the other Gen 8 M4s A1s. It just didn't seem to have as nice of a gearbox. So if you were looking to upgrade it and stuff, it might not have been a best choice. But out of the box, it was a good deal. And it came with drum mag, regular mag, and 2 batteries, which was definitely a nice option there. Well, anyway, I had that gearbox, but I had taken the barrel off of it because for some reason, I don't know why I might have needed the little T channel or something from that barrel. And that was one that was easily removable. So I'd taken that off, and then actually I had taken the priming function off because I was trying to utilize that somewhere else. But I've had so many frustrations with trying to add priming functions to blasters that didn't have them that I've given up on that. But anyway, so I had the gearbox, is what the point of that is. But it was incomplete. And so I thought, let me try some things. I had a metal barrel from that I bought at clearance at a hardware store that was the right inside diameter. It was about an 8mm inside diameter. It was some sort of plumbing piece, but it was like 99 cents. So I bought it because I thought maybe I could use that as an inner barrel. So I put that in here, and it does work. So I was happy to see that. Obviously, I had to use a T channel to connect it to the gearbox, but what I have noticed is it is probably slightly too small because it's slowing it down to about a 200 FPS blaster. So now it's hitting about maximums of 200 FPS. Now that's not necessarily bad because if it stays at that level, then I'm willing to give it away. And I actually think it looks really cool. Even obviously it's bright, safe colors, but I think it's a really cool color combination. So that's kind of my plan with this one is go ahead and end up giving this one away eventually in early 2023 because it's at that FPS range where I feel comfortable giving it away to anyone. So let's talk a little bit about some of the paints. So the paints I used are this brand called Montana, just like the state. And this line is their Montana Gold. They have black, they have crackle, they have a couple of different ones. But Montana Gold just means they're matte finished acrylic paints. So these are spray paints that are intended for like graffiti artists. And because of that, they're definitely a little more expensive, but they're like, you can see Montana, you can see how it's kind of written in that spray paint style, right? So this one is flame blue, and this is sweet dream or like purple. And anyway, they're just a really nice paint. They really lay down nice. Almost, I think it's impossible to get drips with this paint unless you're putting it on so heavy that you have no idea what you're doing. Whereas some of the other paints, even the Rust-Oleums, even some that I like, if they're hitting a really nice, clean, flat plastic, they can really drip easily. No issue with that at all with these. Also with these, you do have to buy separate tips, which I never even knew was a thing. But I guess if you're a graffiti artist, you use different types of tips that are wide fan and, more precise and blah, blah, blah. So something to keep in mind. And those range from usually around $9 to $12. I bought a set from someone on Facebook Marketplace where I got them for a lot cheaper than that because I didn't want to spend too much to try them out because I wasn't sure how well they would work. But anyway, so that's what those are there. So those are the colors I used, right? So I went with the purple and this blue. Really like how it turned out. Obviously kept some blacks in there so that tied all in like that. It got a nice mag well grip right here that I printed, obviously put on. These are just some basically rail covers, just kind of to add. It's really for design, obviously, up there. You're not usually using that for grip. And then a nice little kind of riser there that we haven't used before. Got a drop stock on this one. So that was just something I had made previously. And then went with a purple buffer tube. If you flip it over here, same thing going on. And then this actually has a little Punisher thumb stop on it. So I thought that was a little cool addition. I've had that for a while. I don't know why I have not ended up using it. So there it is, my M4A1 Punisher slash performance is slightly worse M4A1. But like I said, it's still 200 FPS. It still shoot pretty well. We'll play with it a little more, probably do some videos. And like I said, I think I'll end up giving it away. So definitely looks cool. And whoever gets it, if you're into doing some modding, you could probably very easily get it back up to 250 FPS by replacing the barrel and adding a spring or something. So comments, questions, let me know what you think. You guys like the color combination? I actually really am surprised how much I think the purple and the blue look cool together. I thought they would, but it turned out even better than I thought. And those paints are great. Of course, please like, make sure you're subscribed, participate in those monthly giveaways. I try to give away cool blasters, and I'm trying to give away newer, different ones, especially for 2023. And, check back for the other videos. Thanks.